G'day all and welcome back to another episode. Today, we're finally going to do a full shed walkthrough. So as you know, we're getting rid of the sea container. It's going soon. So I had to get a little bit creative with some storage solutions. So first of all, the shed, it's 12 by 8 and then 5 metres to the gable at 3.6 metre door height. I went that tall to try and get rid of some of the heat, hot air risers, whirlybirds. I've had sheds that are small or like low roofed, it just gets stinking hot here. I mean, it's hot in here as it is, but it's not so bad with the whirlybirds and the high roof. I guess power wise, I've pretty much got power points everywhere. Yeah, there's a power point in every corner and then everywhere else where I wanted them. Lights, I went with a high bay LED. Got 4 of them, 1 in each bay. They just thought about putting lots of fluoros into things like that, but these are brilliant. And I can put them on I can run 2 or 1 or split them. I guess we'll start here. This is our side where I've kind of made all this storage up the top here for the bike and all under here. There's a whole heap of, I put all my wooden stuff. This is just really a section where I put stuff that we're not going to use very often. Like all my jerry cans, all my chainsaws are down on that side. Chook food and all that kind of stuff's over there. All my gardening tools, I stick them under the floor under there, and I'm going to put a whole heap of hooks. Not really do much gardening, but it'll all go under there. What I like to collect is I like to collect all these tins. The reason I collect them is because they fit nicely on the shelf. They're not very wide, and they just tuck in everywhere. And I've got them pretty much all around every wall. And the boat, the tinny sits here pretty much all year round. Yeah, it's just out of the way, out of the weather, things like that. The wood, I've decided the wood's going, and I've ordered a little 2 metre by 1.5 by 2 metre tall shed, and it's going to sit down behind the carport, and all my wood's going to get stacked in there. I think I've made pretty good use of all the space. You know, my ladders are hang up. Yeah, I think I've made good use of it. My rooftop tent. Yes, I know the bar's bent, everyone's going to say it, but it's holding up fine. It's on a winch, back the ute under and lower the tent on. Takes 5 minutes. The buggy is the only thing that's really a pain in the arse. It was good in the sea container, but it was also a pain in the arse to get everything out of the sea container. When the buggy was in there, it was just tight with no room, so you had to climb over things and move it out. But it fits here nicely. You can either push it back or push it forward, depends if you want to sit at the bar or open the door. And it's still well out of the way. So yeah, it's still well out of the way, and you can still get to everything. Like I said, you can push it right forward if you want to sit there, and if you want to do half and half, whatever. Now, mind you, everything that I've built in here, shelves, benches, bars, the mezzanine floor, the fireplace, I've built it all. It might not be to a builder's spec or whatever like that, and I'm not a builder. I just use the thickest timber I could find and the biggest screws I could find, and hopefully that'll do. And it didn't cost very much. You know, a few sheets of ply and a few lengths of timber, you know. Probably cost me, with building the mezzanine floor, with all the timber and all the ply and everything, benches, everything like that, probably at $2,000, which is not much, and probably three days of my time. So it took bugger all. My bar, excuse the mess on the floor here, but My bar's it's just a pallet bar made of, got 3 pallets, and then the timber is a Maori slab that was for the original first river table that I fucked up, but whatever. And it ended up becoming my bar, and then I got 2 raw edges out of it, and I made that my shelf, and I think it looks pretty cool. I went with the tin just because I like the old look. It just looks nice, I reckon. Yeah, it's all insulated behind here, and you can really notice the heat difference, so it's pretty good. But having a bar in the shed, it's a bit of a waste of space, but I've kind of got a bit of wasted space with this area. I wish I went 3 doors, and then I would have had more room to put more stuff in, but kind of glad I didn't. It's one of those things. TV, it works, got an aerial on the roof and stuff. You know, watch the football or do whatever out here. I like collecting. I've had these for years. Yeah, I bought them over the years and just collect shit. Same with all these, you know, old pots and pans and. Oh, there you go. We'll go for a little. Pots and pans and old Coke bottles and someone bought me a diving mask. My helmet that I'll make a container for one day. But yeah, I just like collecting old things really. It's probably not old, it's probably something that's new, but it looks old. But then I just like making shelves. All my offcuts apply. Made a shelf there, shelf here. There's one down here. Just get creative with the space and make it work for you. Got beer on tap. I won't put it on, but you get the idea. 3 kegs. Just a little keg set up with gas and everything. And then a drinks fridge, obviously. Then just, you know, stuff gets a bit thrown around and whatever else. On the front side here, just got 3 stools and I'll tin it all across. I've just got to find more tin. Yeah. Like I said, I like collecting signs. I got that at the tip for $20. Fireplace, it's made from chuck brake drums. It keeps it pretty warm in here, but it's quite thirsty, so you've really got to keep the wood up to it. And then more wood, more chopping, blah 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 blah. So it's I'm going to get rid of it and trying to find a Metas number 2 probably, and I'll brick all this in to this top row and then tin the rest. And I reckon it'll be a nice little. Metas keep things, they're pretty renowned for keeping the heat in. Put a door on here. So under my mezzanine floor is where I keep all my tools and stuff. Full lockable door, just for security. You know, if someone breaks in, I've got to get through there. Yeah. All this stuff down here will go once I get rid of all my wood, and it'll go under my wood pile, under all that bench. We got fire extinguishers, got a couple of them around the joint. Just a bit of Ned Kelly. I like to have a map of Australia and, you know, put places where we've been and things like that. Another Maori shelf, and just old helmets that I've collected over the years and had for myself and whatever else. But yeah, that's pretty much the. And in the middle here, I'll eventually put a hoist. But I just don't really need it at the moment. I don't do any work like I used to. You know, service the car, but it's big enough to get under it. But I originally wish I put a 4-post hoist in over that side where the boat is and put the buggy on top. But that was before. That was an afterthought after I built all the shelves and the sea container, all that kind of stuff. Afterthought. Can't do it now, otherwise I could pull everything out and it'd just become a but we'll go up the top here and we'll have a look. So this is where we keep all our shit, really. I have a massive clean out, and as you can see, like, I'm not overly tall, but there's still plenty of room up here for me. Keep all our camping stuff, and if I probably compressed it all, it'd probably all fit on one shelf and did it neatly, which I will eventually. There's things that have got to go, like massive amounts of knives and forks, and I've got a whole shelf here with 3 items on it. So I could probably all go and could probably use the space a bit better, but out of sight, out of mind, unfortunately. But hopefully it doesn't get filled full of junk. And if it does, we'll just have to have a massive clean out all the time. But whatever, like, I've still got a sink in there from when we built the house 6 years ago that we never used. So just shit like that, you know, paint from when we built. But the idea, I talked to a couple of people to try and get some of the heat out. I'm going to cut these out because we get a lot of easterly wind, so the easterly will blow through, and I'll open up the other side. Hopefully the air will circulate in here and keep it cooler. Or I'll end up putting a big pressurised fan in and hopefully pressurise it, because the dust gets crazy, because the dust comes under the eaves. Around. But I am looking at some like a foam coating. It's from, I think they call it, I think it's Tate's coating or something like that, and it's a 25mm thick, like a, not a fiberglass, a foam coating. And they reckon they spray it all in here and the whole roof, and it's 25% cooler. So if I can get some of the heat out of the roof, it'll be a bit more bearable in here in summer. I have got a big evaporative aircon stashed at a mate's place that I'll probably put in eventually. But at the moment, yeah. And you know, I spend a lot of time out here when we're not camping and fishing and whatever else. I always got something on the go. Try to find a project. I think, oh yeah, I'll make a shelf here. So that's why you see me a lot in the shed. It's just how it is. And I like to build my own stuff, my trailer. I like to do all my own work on cars and things like that. Gives me something to do on my week off. And it saves you money. Work on it yourself, saves you money. So under here is basically my tool area. I've got a blackboard here that if I need anything, I write all my parts list on there. But yeah, this is my basic tool area. Now I built all these, both sides. It could be a bit neater, but I just got rid of a bench on this side here. A big shelf. So that's why it's a bit messy. There's a bit of shit everywhere. But yeah, I got rid of that just to keep it neat and flat and all the way through, and it looks the same. I've went with the cladding, and it's all insulated behind there. So I'll do that all the way around. I won't do it this side because I don't think I need to. But it just I don't know, takes the look off the bareness, I guess. It gives it some, what's the word? Is it depth? It gives it some classic kind of look. I like it. But this is what like I said, I'm not a bloody engineer, and I'm not a chippy or whatever else. So I've got a lot of wasted timber. I don't make everything precise to my areas or whatever else. I make shelves. Made it for my battery chargers. I just make things that'd fit. A couple of screws, screw down the bottom. Took me 5 minutes of my time. Same with here. I had a nice bit of ply. Went and bought 2 2 braces from the hardware store. It needs to go in a bit, be a bit screwed in, but it's just, yeah. So the idea was just to make a nice bench and have everything neater, because there's still some more stuff to come out of the sea container in here, like our fishing stuff. I'll make a fishing wall here, and I'll tidy all this up, and our fishing stuff will come here, and just get everything out of the way and whatever else. But it's a bit of a mess at the moment because I've got some more plywood. I'll make another shelf here, and the idea is the compressor's going to go outside, and I'll make a hutch for it, and then another shelf. Just all more storage. Fortunately, it's a bit of a mess. I've got the standard stuff that Shed's got, vise and a grinder and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's probably a bit overkill for your average shed, but I've got all my tools. Everything's just so dusty. I really need to put a big fan, and we'll try and pressurise it. And once I seal the roof, hopefully the dust goes. Welder and sprays and whatever else. I like to try and make use of the space I can. I've got an aircon. I'm going to put a reverse cycle down the end here, and I'm going to close this end off and close the bottom of the stairs. In summer, doing a few jobs or whatever, you can just sit in here. I like to make, I'm going to start making these knives. You can buy these blanks. So it's not Damascus steel, it's cheap. But I thought I'd buy a cheap one to start with to see if I could actually make a handle. So I'd probably make the first one out of timber, and then I might make them out of resin or something. But you know, this was only, I think it was $40 delivered, and you know, it's quite good quality. It's quite sharp. So a lot of people said it's cheap or nasty or whatever. You know, it probably is, but it gives me something to do, and when you can't go fishing or whatever else. And that's what I like to do. I just like to tinker, pot around the shed and do odd jobs and just dig around, really. And you know, I'm always helping someone build something or do something, or yeah, or just in general having beers in the shed. That's about it. I think I've covered most of it. I'm not going to say who built the shed because I wouldn't want anyone to use them, unfortunately. Got digged around a little bit. Doors don't shut properly. Massive gap at the top and none at the bottom. Just shit like that. That shits me. So I won't say who built it, and because I don't want it to happen to anyone. Yeah, I guess thanks for watching. If you want to know anything else, let me know and we'll try and cover it. But, you know, I didn't have any plan when I built this shed. I've kind of done it a bit wrong, where I wish I found that coating stuff before and coated the roof, coated the walls, coated everything, and got it done originally and then not had to worry about it. Now if I do it, I've got to pull everything out and read. It's just a pain in the ass. But whatever, I'll sort it. But like I said, thanks for watching. Any questions, drop below. I'll answer it. Yeah, you want to know how I built something? I did try and do a couple of build videos of my shelves and stuff, but I get distracted and forget to move the GoPro for an hour, and it's just boring shit, so I'm just not interested in that. I'd rather, like all my videos, I'd rather just show you what I built and tell you how I did it. If you do build videos and moving the camera all the time, it takes twice as long, and then I lose interest. But that's just me. But anyway, gotta go. Thanks for watching. See you next time.